Hello, I'm Jed Hart. Thanks for pressing the link on the video. I hope you're safe and well, and if I can entertain you for just a few minutes, that'll be great. I'll tell you a little of my background before introducing my novel Without Warning, the first book in the Jed Hart series. I started life as a seagoing officer in the Royal Australian Navy before transferring in the Navy to the flying branch, the Fleet Air Arm. They promptly sent me to the Royal Australian Navy Helicopter Flight Vietnam, a unit that was embedded in the 135th Assault Helicopter Company of the US Army, flying combat assaults in the Mekong Delta. It was a pretty intense period of my life, and I draw on that quite a lot in my writing. I married, started a family, and we lived and I worked in Papua New Guinea, in Indonesia, Taiwan, Singapore, Scotland, all over the world, before joining Shell International, initially as a pilot in Brunei and then managing Shell's aviation operations and their security in Peru. And that was the time of Tupac Amaru and Sendero Luminoso, the Shining Path, the terrorist organizations, and that too was pretty full on, and I draw on that in my writing too. Shell sent me to London, where I was an aviation advisor for a time. Then we came back to Australia, working initially as aviation manager for BHP. Then my wife Sue and I started Hart Aviation, a company that we built over 20 years to work in 60 countries before we sold it some years ago to a Swiss group. Now I write, and love doing so. The first book that I've written, the first novel, is Without Warning, and it follows the life and times of Jed Hart, also a Vietnam veteran and a pilot who, as well as flying in Vietnam, flew in the Philippines on anti-terrorist operations. Jake carries some of the scars that men and women who go to war bear. Jake and a co-worker, Nicole Roswell, were sent to Brunei by the global petroleum company that employed them, and there became embroiled in a terrorist attack. The attack tests both Jake and Nicole to the limit. Now, I'm going to stop there before I spoil the story, but you don't have to stop. It's all in the book, sold by Feather Knight Books. What I've tried to do in writing this story is draw on my personal experience, but do it in a fictional context. I hope I've done so, and that you'll find it an honest book. Jake, when you read Without Warning, you'll find is a loyal guy. He's tough and he's fair, but he's also a risk taker. I like him, but he does keep diverging from my script, and I've had to rewrite large sections of the book to accommodate him. I've known lots of guys like Jed Hart in my life, and also had the privilege of knowing their wives and their girlfriends. And there's nothing more remarkable in this story than those people that I've known over the years. The one thing they have in common, the common denominator, is that they haven't wanted to live ordinary lives. They wanted to take life by the scruff of the neck and give it a shake. And you'll be the judge of whether they've succeeded, if Jake and Nicole have succeeded in doing that in this story. I'll leave it there, I think, and you can be the judge of those things. I'd encourage you to visit my website, jedhartauthor.com. I'll say it again, jedhartauthor.com, or there's more on the Feather Knight Books website, featherknightbooks.com, and they can also sell you a copy of this story. If you see mentioned there on the Feather Knight Books website of Block 33, that's the second book in the trilogy, and if you enjoy Without Warning, you're going to love Block 33. That's all from me. My best wishes and happy reading.